let's come to Parliament on this subject.
63 of your colleagues in the minority last week held a press conference declaring for
for aha GhanaNsem TV GH. Mesra like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you'll be notified. Ebusian for we share video no so to me and our boy with contributions be now it me to data, it me to equipment in sense nyama. Now the year and I said they create good content we need beji. Ebusian for Osahin Afenyo Markin or your minority leader our Parliament of Ghana. Osanye Winiba Efutu for MP. Or granted interview be recently a week with Joy News. Na sa interview our grantee what etinase ehwa we realize this interview nemo or leave a lot of clues our interview nemo. Now, that interview, me share interview no ye, no me who said there be Afenyo Markin, why endorse Dr. Bawumia. Yes, utimi who interview no pa na ushe nsema o kikano. Utimi who say why indirectly no why endorse Dr. Bawumia. And he saying, yeah, beside say Afenyo Markin, when I'll say, ebe ya ka MP say our parliament in nano. They shouldn't endorse anybody. Right? So that after the election, no peace building ni consensus building na ebe easy ama munyina eno se ane wa kampa ebisa no say na MPs no de ye hu say emu 63 akọ endorse Bawumia or see yes oka asem no most of the people said that they did not agree anka oja ebe ya anka oja omo na omo endorse nipa omo say democracy but o see onu de on endorse na ebisa no say okay we see who endorse obia publicly. Does that mean, say, privately, who candidate are running into election or see there be as some candidates say all endorse will be publicly. Now journalists know so Evans Mensa know smart. And he or try say or pushy and Afenyo Markin ka sembi na me say we papa we why endorse Bawumia. As some candidates say or see back in 2023 no or no Afenyo Markin play a significant role in internal election. When you go back into 2023, Afenyo Markin was one of the supporters of Dr. Bawumia. Or grati interview be on Channel 1 TV, ISCT TV cry. And I bisa no say yes or supported Dr. Bawumia. And I bisa say now what damn for ken there and I want supporting and I see there be on any ken there or me adam for pa a brand company businesses enko you Kennedy Japan a man ska. Already reviving a business. And see, or can Japan or beer or bunupa, but can Japan and catching on that say or person be your mampeni. And see, that is the reason why he's supporting Bawumia. And Afenyo Markin your campaign about Bawumia 2023. And this Afenyo Markin is granting interview in 2025. And he's referring back to 2023. It tells you say he has not changed camp. Afenyo Markin went on again to say, not much has changed since then. Not much has changed since then. Now, Obikacho said not much has changed. What it means is nothing has changed. If nothing has changed, it say 2023, you were supporting Dr. Bawumia. 2025, as minority leader, we see not much has changed, meaning nothing has changed. What does it mean? It means your vote is for Dr. Bawumia. Your support is for Dr. Bawumia. But because I am minority leader now, I will not come out openly to say that. But if I had my way, my vote will still be for Dr. Bawumia. My support will still be for Dr. Bawumia. Let's go and listen to this interview and let me know if what I'm saying is also how you perceive it or you have a different view. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.
Let's come to Parliament on this subject.
63 of your colleagues in the minority last week held a press conference declaring for Bawumia. The others obviously means you have 87 now. It means others also belong to other camps. How are you managing the various positions taken, which often tend to divide rather than unite? And of course, you are the leader. You need all of them united for this fight that you're going to take on, considering your numbers already. How are you managing that?
I think so far, the MPs who have declared in one way or the other have been decent. Initially, my concern was how those who would declare openly will manage themselves. You recall that I came out openly to say that, look, let's be very neutral. And my good reason was that after the primaries, we, the leaders in parliament, would have to do some legwork, do what I call the midnight walking, get people together here and there. Therefore, there will be, to make yourself a credible referee who would be trusted by various factions, it's better for you to stay neutral at least, not openly declare. Some disagreed. We are in a democracy. And for those who disagreed, they have chosen to go about their views decently. For me, that is commendable. And I will continue to encourage those who are showing faces that, look, I belong to Mr. A, Mr. B. Sell the message of your candidate. For me, as a leader, I cannot. I cannot.
So you haven't taken the position?
No, I cannot publicly say I am going to campaign for this person.
So you haven't endorsed it?
I don't have to because of where I sit.
But you have a horse in the race?
I'm saying that I cannot
publicly, but privately.
Can we stay there? I cannot publicly.
But privately, you do have a horse in the race.
I have a role to play in the aftermath of the January 31st. All right? I played a major role in 2023. The dynamics haven't changed much. And where I sit, I see some work that will require a lot of energy after 31st January. So if I who would have to play that role, show my hand openly, it will be difficult to be trusted when I am doing that, midnight walking. So at least I think it's appropriate for
and your deputies and other colleagues in leadership with you in Parliament, you expect them to also toe that line?
Well, I've made that point. Some have respectfully made their views known to me.
They did disagree with you.
And said that, leader, ordinarily I would be with you, but I would want to go this way, but I will be decent, which I've already said is good. Some have also said, leader, we think it's better to keep calm and go by this approach. So we're watching, but so far so good. But I do not think that has affected the way we work in.
Me, look one. Abronye onye me fan. Onye me fan because the politics, I don't like it. And that is me mediator. Any the way I occur. Did you onye me fan no? Any the way I oye the politics. In the year I will not as a person, but the politics. You get me? Any baby I say what page the extent or the or starting here TV is a while, right? I thought he said he started well. But say I said I am quite. Oh, so kasa baby have you do baby about say no tears baby any who can say UTC. Enti baby I say ordinary there no crown. And I offer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so an approach to politics. Oh, the humility. Okay? Any the way yani a bear no any nothing. A foot to our my see if I near politics. It is just how you see him in the time. Go and preach, talk about me. Right? Kadia, met me here. The I am the best candidate. Don't insult. Don't use unacceptable language. Only and create tension. That is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now the Abronya approach, is the opposite. The only thing I can say on authority is that Abronya is not part of the inner circle of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Only part of the inner circle. He is a supporter, by he's a supporter of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, but when you're part of the inner circle, or Kakasa, we'll see this one is a true representative of the Bawumia. Bawumia's true and inner circle people, no, you will see senior woman kasa or say mensa bones who send your kasa. Nana come here, what would you reach who send your kasa? Sami Jemfi, Sami Awuku who send your kasa. Doctor Tim Fojo who send your kasa. Doctor Ayiwa Free who send your kasa. What would you reach? Me I met hey, you'll see how I talk about how I do my campaign about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, wherever baby I'm oh, and you're completely different from the Abronia style and Abronia approach. But the unfortunate thing is, when your opponent wants to get to you, supporter, beer, or tattoo to a boa, or no near the near Juma. The unfortunate thing is, Abronia a bien prato. I'm a mouth for Wuram. Oh, no. And now, Wuram, or they bought Pessia didn't answer about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But and yet, Juma, she said, well, Nippano, way in the campaign. Colonel, quite of us, and then you also look at the other competitors. One also, so how are they doing their campaign? What was you know, buying and more approach? Look at them. You see it. The man is not bragging. Others are bragging to the high heavens. What would you mention? Yes, the man is humble. Others have thrown humility to the winds. What would you mention? The man assumes calmness. Others, calmness in the woman. What would you mention? Yes. And I brought you something there. I have been a crack there. But I get Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and I know an authority said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni Abronya Kasa some way back. Minimum on authority. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Abronya Kasa. Say, Senya or ye near Mabino. Ye is soon so bon ye be a yakano. And I'm talking on authority. So no. There's so Abronya dino. If he wants to go the tangent, Mahmoud Bawumia to make children unto them. We go sometimes in the political game. No, one person obey a campaign amount, so may yama by force. Ubaquacobono. Baby, I quite your whole campaign, so on smart. One am not the one so yama. Because or cockra now, we say, I will go for 2 bombs yammy. But you can't physically restrain the person. So, I idea hard, a year film. But some of us, you will say, and change it. Abronya will realize, he said, I dare not be on the limit. Until we are doing the limit, I need to your friends carry it off for the good of
policy lens, right? And they are tipping Bawumia to win with 63.8%. And we are told from this organization that Bawumia is leading in 14 regions. So these and other issues.
Madam, please. It is just a post, but we know that Bawumia can't win this election. Even though they have skewed.
Are you ready to speak to us?
Hello?
Are you ready to speak to us?
Yeah. I said, hello? I said, yeah.
Please find a very stable place to address us. I beg you. All right. Thank you so much for just joining. This is Fact on Fact. Now, let me bring in Anamiki.
It's me. I didn't talk. So after I finished talking,
no, you've made your submission before I went wrong. So,
and he made a submission. After I made my submission, he was next. And he came back to what then anonymous. And instead of me, you give it to okay.
Okay. Then let's have you. No need.
Okay. So sometimes when I listen to people who probably say doctor run away from the economy, in fact, doctors cannot even speak about the economy. sometimes it's so baffling. And I don't know probably how do they understand the performance of an economy or an economy who is doing well or an economy which is not doing well. And so that is how. We're in this country in 2016, the most abysmal ever economy that we inherited was under the mama. At the time, there's no need for any excuses. For we promise Ghanaians, those who are in charge of managing our economy, in fact, they are so bad to the sense they have no knowledge about the economy. So for that reason, they should entrust the economy to us. We saw at the time only doing so. The whole of Muhammad administration, 4 jobs doing so. And the dumpster also came as a result of financial mismanagement. Again, people die through the same dumpster. In fact, we lost the production over more than 600 million through the same dumpster. And the culture declined 2% during the administration. Unemployment level at the time, in fact, unprecedented. They went to IMF for economic stability. After they went there for an amount of $950 million. And part of the IMF probably initiating or negotiating, they have to do cleanup exercise. The same administration neglected it. So government took with the lost the election. We took over from them. As we always say, we have the men. So we proved to Ghanaians we have the men. So at the time we saw how when at the time Kupado selected his economic management team, which Bawumia said, in fact, what a solid team. So why the same NDC and the same today? The MDC and the MPP today, they are not speaking to that. From 2017 all the way to 2021, they should tell us the state of our economy. I don't know why they don't speak to that. But they always try to rely within 2022, where severely, that is where we started experiencing the effects of the COVID, and that's the Ukraine war. But the same people will tell you we shouldn't speak about it. Again, the same people at the time that they're supposed to do the cleanup exercise. The damn bank of Ghana government is sharp, no redeem. Dr. Tapu, no redeem. They give them money. But the money for the cleanup exercise, they refuse. 1 billion. They spend the money. And the second money, they want to establish back. How can you, it's a country who are trying to build, the individual, be able to increase the level of their productivity. Yeah, the amount of money that they have in the bank, in the form of saving, to increase their capital level, where they use that money, to do your unnecessary things. So it took a administration government, okay, to go and find the money from somewhere to come and really restore the confidence those people that they lost their money. As a result of that extent. And then somebody are telling us, we should rather give the money to the banks. Are you crazy? They remember the banks are on their own. They are private sector. And the individuals, which happen to be the government responsibility. So the government of Ghana is supposed to really pay back the money, not the bank. The bank, they are stealing from the people, and so for that reason, there's no way we can retrieve the money back. But the only way that at the time the government of Ghana could have done was to find the money to really pay these investors. And that's what people are taking did. The same need to go and turn around by telling, oh, we are, in fact, we could have business, we could have bank. And as a result, they voted that out. And for those who benefit from the same cleanup exercise, that is this customers, so they speak ill and evil against a people that are chasing government. And it's so sad. Again, who are in this country? What doctor told you over and over? We are sick and tired of the analog economy. There is time for, and it is time for us to really try to match ourselves into a digital form. So with a digital form, how can we achieve? That is why he said, as a country, since 1972, when Akufo tried to initiate the Ghana card as a primary identification, what happened? What stopped him from not able to achieve it? Kofo came, try every means, but trying to introduce the act. What happened? What is the West African card? What happened? The NDC came and told you NI21111. Oh, in the name of they want to increase the branch registration. What happens? So all these things were agenda. It took Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, with all due respect, to put it, put on the ground to make sure he can achieve this one fantastic ideology. Today, no wonder Mama is telling us today, or he thought it was just something on paper, not knowing that it was real. And I kept asking, at the time, one NDC, when you got to a leading power, to have said you think doctor is a failure when it comes to the economy. What was the GDP growth? Before you can determine if economy is bad or not bad, you should tell us your GDP growth. Tell us your debt to GDP. And tell us your GDP. Tell us inflation. And tell us exchange rate. Today, they are not even saying about that. When you get in fact, that's power, the GDP growth was 10.4%. That's what we had from NDC. And the debt to GDP was 50% against 73 of NDC. With COVID and Ukraine war. Again, we left them 5.7 GDP growth. And the time that they left, their GDP at the time was 158 billion. In fact, we left 1.2 trillion GDP to NDC.
No need. Can you tone down a bit so that we can
why am I too noisy? Why am I too noisy? I'll turn my bed because if I didn't speak loud, you guys cannot hear me. So, my point here is, at the time when we were leading power, we left the GDP growth by 5.7%. When they were leading power, what we inherited from them was 3.4%. Yeah, they'll tell you Bawumia is a failure. Or FPP government is a failure. One. Number two, the GDP, the real dominant figure. We inherited 168 billion from them. Okay? By the time that we were leaving, we left them 1.2 trillion. The GDP in terms of nominal figures. When it comes to debt to GDP, when they were leaving power, they left some to 3%. Okay? When we were leaving power, we left them 6.1%. And to the time we even projected, due to the GDP and that's of debt restructuring, the debt to GDP will even come down. Then when it comes to agriculture, when they were leaving power, they left agriculture 2.8 with no COVID. With the COVID, we left agriculture with 2.7%. Again, when it comes to crops, in fact, they left 2.2%. But then we were leaving power, we left 3.2%. When it comes to industry, we left 7.8%. And they left 4.3%. Yeah, they will tell you Bawumia is a failure. And then I was listening to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, which he said, in fact, for the solid 4 years, the first 4 years of Akufo-Addo, that's the bank cleanup has been his nightmare. He can't even have that smoothness. When it comes at all, he has been wondering